Hi, this is Adam, a small town machine shop. So, as I'm nearing the completion of the shop overhaul, I'm down to the part where I have to find stuff for all the little things. Now, there's that Craftsman power hacksaw I got a month or two back. These things are surprisingly handy in the shop. I have a big Johnson bandsaw that I use to do all my cutting. But if you bring home a lot of shafting from like the scrapyard and a lot of it's mystery metal, throwing it on this real quick and seeing it will cut it will save you a bandsaw blades. So what I'm going to do is I want to get rid of this little cart because that takes up floor space. So my plan is to take this guy off of there with a different motor, I think. Take it through over here. Okay. Over here is a little... Yes, the valve grinder has become a mountain. Over here I'm doing like a little smaller machine area. So what I'm going to do is move the Walker Turner drill press and this vise. My plan is to mount the saw here on the edge of the bench with the pulley hanging over and just come off that back leg with some kind of hinge thing to keep the belt over it, or to keep the belt tension. So I'll make it nice. It will take up a space that's, very minimal. It'll still be a handy thing to have in the shop. Another thing, too, while I have some of these smaller drill presses, the small grinders and stuff, my kids are getting into using stuff in the shop. I would rather they can much more easily manage the small Craftsman power hacksaw than lift up and mess with the big bandsaw. So that's another reason for doing this. So let's go over to the stand and start stripping it apart. Okay, start cutting the old plug off for the switch, and yes, it is unplugged. Here, typically I replace all the wiring on old stuff like this anyway. And this is a on-off switch. We click it once for on and second time for off, so it's about the least desirable switch you'd want on something like this. The rest of this, hold on, some screws and some nuts, square nuts it feels like. Again, you'll be surprised how much you'll use something like this in the shop. Like I said, cutting mystery metal. The way I'm going to rig the switch, you can pretty much not set it and walk away from it, but it'll turn itself off. Good for if you're starting to teach your little ones about this is a much less intimidating machine. So, yeah. I am 100% all for, teaching kids how to run this stuff. The stuff that it's safe for them to run. My 14-year-old daughter can MIG weld. She can use a cutting torch for heating stuff up. They've used the drill presses. They've used the lathe a little bit, getting into that. So, yeah, all good stuff. Got one more here. And then again, I bring home, not so much I bring home, but farmers and stuff, the stuff they bring me to make their parts out of, you never know what it is. I keep a hacksaw over on the big bandsaw, so I give everything, a test swipe when I'm doing it. But if I'm cutting close to like a torch cut end, which farmers cut things with torches all the time in the field, I'd rather throw it in this so if it's like a up, you know, well, a shaft you get a 1 inch, 1.25 inch. I'd rather throw it in something like this and have it take a little longer than eat up a couple $100 blade. So, some sticks in here. Get the belt off. There we go. Plus, I'm a fan of Craftsman stuff. So, okay, we got that. While we have it over here, I'll take a brush to it and get it all fancied, prettied up. Then we'll take it over the bench and see what it's going to take to mount it. Okay, so the saw securely mounted to the bench. It's not going anywhere. I found a motor. The original motor that was on this is wore. This is actually kind of a nice old motor. I put the pulley on it. We'll test the motor. I already tested it, but just show you how smooth it runs. Runs perfectly smooth. So I wanted to finish this tonight, but of course I need a switch. I swear I had one, but in the moving of everything, you know how that goes. So all I'm going to do, I'm changing my design a bit. See that 2x4 or 2x6 or whatever? I'm going to hinge the bottom of this motor off of that, right there. So I'll get a hinge and weld a plate to this. And put the belt on. Then run a switch up. So that when this comes down, you know, it pushes it down. It's like a toggle switch type thing. So yeah, I'll get those parts and we'll finish this up probably tomorrow or the next day. Yep, cool. This is Adam, Small Time Machine Shop. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.